Hello and welcome to the next Lukozer retro game review video. And for this one, well, some of you may be thinking, hang on, he's already done this. Well, that is if you've watched my videos over a fair few years. Well, you'd be partly right. I did do a review of Hunter's Moon. That was review 25 and it was done at least 4 years ago. I think it might be 5 years ago. This is demo mode. But this is not that particular version. This is the 2018 re-released remastered version. And this is actually the first game for the Commodore 64 that I have bought in 30 years. Because yeah, I did actually buy this. It was only a £5, so alright, I'll have that. I did wait a little bit because when it first came out it was 15 quid. Well, no, I'm not paying 15 for it. I mean, fucking hell, I only paid a tenner for it back in the day. What sort of differences do we have? In fact, the differences are quite subtle for the most part. It's mostly graphically it's been tweaked. It's not been massively overhauled, but yeah, they have made the graphics a bit sharper. Same way with the audio. The audio has been made, you know, a bit clearer and whatever. Well, I mean, the graphics themselves haven't been changed. The audio itself hasn't been changed either. Actually, well, technically the audio hasn't been changed. Among the more noticeable changes are the new intro sequence. What I will do, I will tack on the new intro sequence onto the end of this review, so you get to see that in all its glory. I was quite impressed with it, and there is a slightly altered version of the loading music. So yeah, in that regards, yes, okay, the music has been changed. In, you know, the loading music is slightly different. It's instantly recognisable as the same tune. It's just been given a much longer intro, you know, a much longer build up before you get the new loading screen. Again, you will see that at the end. I have to say that although I think the new loading screen is great, I prefer the original one. The new one is a bit gaudy. The original one was a lot more subtle in its use of colours, and yeah, I just think it looked better. That's not to say the new one doesn't look good, just not as good. Anyway, once this demo mode is over, of course, typical, it's now reached a demo mode of a level that goes on for a little while. Hurry up and get the last fucking piece so I can... right, there we go. Right, anyway, let's get the game underway. And straight away you see another new feature. So if you're playing this and you had to quit the game for whatever reason, you can then continue it. So you have a choice of starting a new game or continuing an old one. I don't have a saved game here, so yes. So we start off in Zone 1. Now I guess I'll have to treat this as, you know, assuming no one has, or anyone watching this, I'm going to have to assume, right, you're not familiar with Hunter's Moon. So the idea is you need to collect star clusters, like so. And once you've collected all of the star clusters within each level, you can then leave that level, and it takes you to the star map. Now, in the original game, there are 128 levels, and they're spread across, I think it's 16 galaxies, or 16 star systems. In this new version, in the remastered version, I think it's been bumped up to 160. I'm not 100% sure on that, so yeah, I'll check on that one. While we're here, let's go through the actual display here. So up the top there, it's your score, and next to it the current high score. Out at the bottom, in the bottom left, at the moment it's just a blank square, or rectangle I should say. Now if you collect coordinates which allow you to leave a system early, the coordinates will appear in that display. At some point I'm bound to get one. Next to that is currently R. That I think is the part that tells you how many star clusters you still have to pick up. So while we're in the map system here, it's showing us R. I can't remember what R actually stands for. Then it's L001, obviously that's your level. Next to that is like a small like radar screen, and it will show you where the star clusters are in the level. They appear as white dots. When you first enter a system, one of those dots is flashing. And if you pick up that particular star cluster while it is still flashing in the radar display there, that is how you get one of the coordinates to leave the system early. There's only one on each level, although if you lose a life, you then get a chance to pick up another one. So technically, you can actually get all 4 coordinates from one level, although it does mean you're a bit shit at the game because you've lost 4 lives, and especially if you're on this level. There are plenty of levels, and they come along relatively quickly, where you will be losing all 4 lives, or 4 of your lives, in one level, no problem. But you really shouldn't be doing it in this first system, the cubic system. Anyway, to finish up then, finally along the bottom there, number 6, that's how many lives you have. So, with the star map, so this system that is blinking away, that shows the hunter, that is your ship. Underneath it you can see that that particular sphere is darker than the rest. The dark spheres are showing the levels that you have completed. So let's head to a level that we haven't done and go through there. So here we are. So around here, okay, I'm trying to think an easy way of describing it. So you can see all of these structures that are being built, and that white thing that is sort of travelling around them is a drone, and that keeps rebuilding parts that you've destroyed. So if I destroy that one, it will come along, and there you go. It does remind me of some levels of Mutants, if you're a fan of that game, which I certainly am. So yeah, it does kind of remind me of some of those levels. So anyway, we'll get in there, pick that one up. Once you pick up a star cluster, you can see your ship starts flashing, and that's a sort of temporary shield that you're given. So in this first system it's not so important, but later systems, yeah, that does come in very handy. So we'll grab the second one, and there we go, that is that level done. Let's bugger off and do this level. So this one here is flashing. I'll see if I can get it in time. Yeah, there we go. So the screen flashes. It tells you picked it up in time, and we can see in the bottom left the number 4. So that is one of the coordinates needed to leave the level, or leave this system early. Now, because this is more of a sort of thinking man shoot 'em up, it is played at a much slower pace, or at least initially, a much slower pace, much slower pace than most other shoot 'em ups. I don't think the game suffers from that at all. The fact that it's a bit slower, I'm more than okay with that. Yeah, you may have just seen, yeah, there, the drones that are repairing the structures and that are now firing spores. So from this level onwards, just about every level you go to, there will be spores firing across the screen that you will want to avoid. Now I think on this level there is one star cluster that is just out in the open. Yeah, there it is. Oh fuck me, that was close. I did not want to be losing any lives on this first level. Alright, so there we go, blast through there, pick that one up. There's one more to get. And there we go. So that is that system completed. We've got all of the star clusters from the four levels. So now we enter the sub game, and here it's basically you want to destroy the drones that keep coming in. You only have a limited amount of time in which to do it, and also they will fire spores at you, which, yeah, there you go. Alright, you may have noticed there's a bit of a change in the score, because, yeah, the fucking PC shut down again, so I've just quickly done level 1 again, and, or the first system again. So now we are on to system 2, and here the spores will now fire at you pretty much all the time, and you also don't get an awful lot of time, fucking hell that was close, to pick up the particular star cluster to give you the coordinate to leave the fuck it, to leave the level early. So this system is, yeah, significantly more difficult than the first system, but oh for fuck's sake. But I am making the age-old mistake of trying to rush it a bit, and yeah, every time I try and sort of speed through it, I just keep constantly fucking it up. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to last long enough. I'm rather surprised I got through there. I'm not really gonna, you know, I got lucky there as well. My shield, the temporary shield, was still going, and then again I tried to rush it, crashed into the structure. Even with your shield going, you'll still crash into structures and everything. You're impervious to like the shots from the spores and what have you. Oh, for fuck's sake. I guess now is probably a good time to point out that the game can get frustrating. So, cool, I managed to get a coordinate, big fucking deal. This is my last life. This is what happens when you try and speed through it, which is not a good idea. Countdown finished just as I got there to pick it up, so we'll pick this one. At last we got through it. So the cross system, different system layout. I seem to recall this one was, well, compared to some, not too difficult. I recall wrong, this level is actually a fucking pain in the arse, because these structures take quite a few hits before they're taken out. And if they do start firing, they are firing all over. And then when they reappear, yeah. So once again, I do really shit, so I'm not going to be putting my name in. There is a way of getting it to save your high scores. I suspect you'd probably be wanting to play the disc version. For it to do that, I am playing the cartridge version. So, yeah. Right, get another game underway. And this time, once we've got off the first level, I can... Oh, fucking hell, what the fuck was that? I can show you another feature. It's not a new feature, but it's one that I rather stupidly forgot to point out when I did the review of the original game. So, there we go. There's the flashing one's the other side. Oh, it's not like I need it anyway to get through this level. There we go. I like doing them in this order. That one, wait for them to be rebuilt. Oh fuck it, no, let's go this way then. Cut that a bit fine actually. And right, that level done, final one. Well, if I'm going to lose any levels in this first system, this is where it will happen. I didn't really mean to do that. I don't like destroying structures unless I need to, because I am entering them. It's also not a good idea to enter that part that way, because if you enter it the other way, it's not being rebuilt so much, so you just fly right through. So that's two. And just around here and grab the third. Right, let's see which bonus game we get. It sort of randomly chooses which of the bonus stages you're given. Yeah, I made a right bollocks up of that. I only had one spore left to get as well. Right, anyway, so into System 2. So yeah, one thing you can do if you are finding that you're constantly being destroyed by spores and drones and whatever, you can pause the game, pull down on the joystick, and you get to your options. Now here you can change the colour of your ship if you really want to. I don't really see much point in that. You can also change the way your ship moves by changing the engines. So the default one is the retros cruise. You don't slow down, so once you start moving you're constantly moving. I'm not that keen on it. Turbo I have not yet tried, so let's try it. But this is the option that is particularly handy. You've got a limited amount of shields. So if we activate the shields as well and then go back, and you can see now, I mean, again, not impervious to everything. Oh, fucking hell, actually yes we are, but these shields are not going to last forever. Don't like this new movement. In fact, let's switch the shields back to retros and let's turn the shields off. Is that what off duty is? Oh, hang on. That's a pause mode. Okay. Yeah, right, so the shields are staying on. Looks like once you've activated them, that is it. But, well, maybe I can get some more shields once I enter the next galaxy. So that is that map done. Let's try this one here. Not the map, that was just that one level done. Alright, so there's this cluster below me here contains, my shields have run out, but I managed to pick one up, so I got that one as well, and then I fly straight into the fucking structure. Oh, I knew I'd fucked it. Okay. Alright. Where's the next bit? That one is firing away like a fucking good one. I could do with getting shot of him. Yeah, there we go. Right. One more to get on this level. Another one that's firing spores all over the fucking place. So if I can just time it. Ooh. Complete the level, so okay, that's that one. Let's head here, see what we've got with this one. Looks like there are only 2 star clusters to get, so it makes the level look quite innocuous, but you look at how many drones there are rebuilding, so yeah, you need to be pretty quick. Let's see if we can find a nice easy way in. I think, yeah, we're living in a dreamland here. We're hoping to find some easy way in here. Like with this level, I don't think I've got any shields left, but we'll try them. So much for that. I didn't even get on the high score sheet that time. Alright, so let's start another game and we'll get the review underway. Visually, yes, I mean the original game looked fantastic. This one, like I say, the graphics have been tweaked only slightly, you know, not a huge amount, but you know, slightly sharper definition and what have you, so they look actually not all that much different, but that is not a bad thing because, you know, the game looked fantastic to begin with and still does. In terms of the presentation, it's taken it to a whole new level when you see the intro sequence as well as the presentation within the game. So the presentation of the game is absolutely fucking just barnstorming. Yeah, I left that too late. Audio. The music in the game is fantastic. The loading music of the original was some of the best loading music I have ever heard. They've altered it very slightly for this version. It doesn't suffer from it. It's still you know, a fantastic piece of music. The music's by Matt Gray. And let's face it, he very rarely disappoints when it comes to providing fucking decent music for any game. As we enter the next sub-game. Can I actually get through this one? Let's say it's not looking likely. I've only got... oh no, okay, I've got plenty more drones still to get. Two drones to go. One There we go. That's what I had in then. I think I timed out, so no bonus there. Right, so that's his presentation, audio and visuals done. In terms of gameplay, yeah, this has been in my top 3 Commodore 64 shoot-em-ups for decades, and it's still there. It's still fantastic, even though I am not exactly great at this game, and I do have a habit of fucking it up. Oh yeah, okay, right, got through there. Oh, there we go. Which was the level I actually managed to do last time? Was it that one? Yes, right, okay. I'm by no means guaranteed to do it again, but we'll give it a try. Anyway, yeah, the game is as much a puzzle game as it is a shoot-em-up, and I think that is one of the reasons why it is not to everyone's taste. It's a shoot-em-up that requires quite a bit of thought, which I demonstrated there, that yeah, I'm lacking at the moment. So yeah, you can't just, you know, grab the joystick and away you go. You do have to think about what you're doing, even though I seem to be sort of showing, well, basically showing what happens when you try and rush through it and you haven't got a fucking prayer. Oh, I knew I should have turned around, but no. But what about the differences between this and the original? So they are quite subtle, but there is the major differences are the intro sequence and the slightly altered like loader music that goes with it, and also the ability to save your progress, which is more than well. Okay, so this sack of cunt PC has shut down twice in as many hours, so I'm just going to continue the summing up on the title page here. I am beyond fucked off with this PC. Don't mention it in the comments. I'm already pissed off enough about it without it being dwelt on in, you know, on a video on here. Yeah, the real sort of like standout features then are, say, the ability to continue, you know, from a safe position. Pretty handy, because I would imagine completing this game in one shot is something that's going to take a while. The other one that really stands out is the new intro sequence. So that is coming up at the end of this, and I guess there is a third real standout feature. I've not had the chance to see it yet, and that is the additional levels. So I'm pretty sure this has 160 levels compared to the 128 that were in the original version. There is also a level editor, so yeah, create your own and then save them and show, you know, whoever it is that you're sharing it with just what an absolute cunt you are when it comes to designing Hunter's Moon levels. And yeah, there is also a trainer on the yeah, on the remastered edition, and the instructions even show you how to get to it. But even once you have got to the trainer, you don't have to activate it, but it also provides a guide to show you, you know, the various obstacles and that you're going to encounter. So it has a use, you know, outside of cheating. So yeah, I guess it's not bad. I'm not going to tell you how to, you know, how to get to it, but yeah, if you buy the game, then yeah, you'll get it. Yeah, you'll get the instructions telling you how to do it. It's not exactly difficult to figure out. So yeah, I think I was covering the gameplay before the last shutdown. It's you could almost say it's as much a puzzle game as it is a shoot 'em up, because it's played at a slower pace, or at least for the bulk of the time it's played at a slower pace. If you're better at this than me, which is not difficult, you could probably, you know, race through some of the earlier levels, no problem. I like to take my time over it and make sure I get it right. I say that as if, you know, I do normally get it right. This video has provided plenty of evidence to the contrary. So is there a catch? Well, I recently uploaded a video of the loading music, and there was a comment there from Gan's Teeth, and let's face it, it was a valid comment. He said that he hadn't bothered with the remastered edition because he thought the original was so good. He didn't want to bother with this one because it could have been, you know, playing around with it too much and could have changed too much. And that is a point of view that I can totally see. You know, it's the old "if it ain't broke, don't fix it," you know, adage. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I can certainly see that point of view. But I am rather glad to say that none of the changes to this are for the worse. They are all, like I said, either very subtle insofar as, you know, like the graphics and audio tweaks, just, you know, slight improvements. And what sort of like large large changes, you know, large scale changes have been made, I think have all been for the better. So if you are thinking, you know, I like the original one too much, I don't want to try this because it might ruin it, I really don't think that is the case. I think you'll like what you see. So how do I rate it? I mean, it's one of my top 3 Commodore 64 shoot-em-ups. It's probably in my top 5 Commodore 64 games of all time, so I guess I've got to rate it 10 out of 10. You know, I think I underrated it when I reviewed the original version, you know, fucking 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, I think, yeah, 10 out of 10. I'm gonna have to. I say it like I'm doing it under duress. It is that good. It's a fucking fantastic game. I think it is, by a distance, the best game Thalamus ever released. And it is also, by a distance, the best game Thalamus have ever remastered and re-released. Yes, I know. So there we are, Hunter's Moon, remastered from Thalamus for Commodore 64, released in 2018. It's 10 out of 10. It's even better if you've got a PC that won't keep shutting down while you're trying to play it. So that brings this review to an end, and coming up now is the full intro sequence and the remastered version of the main loading music.